Welcome back to History and Freemasonry, where ancient symbols reveal timeless truths. The Alchemy of Freemasonry. To most people, it conjures images of medieval laboratories, secret potions, and the quest to turn lead into gold. But to the great esoteric teacher Manly P. Hall, alchemy was never about base metals. It was about the soul. In his 1949 book, Orders of the Great Work Alchemy, Hall tells us that alchemy is the drama of spiritual transformation. The philosopher's stone, he explains, is not a mineral. It is the perfected human spirit, refined through trial, discipline, and illumination. Hall, Orders of the Great Work, 1949. This same story of transformation lies at the very heart of Freemasonry. Hall reminds us that every initiatic tradition speaks of the great work, the lifelong process of elevating man from his fallen state to his divine potential. In alchemy, this is symbolized by purifying lead into gold. In masonry, it is symbolized by building the rough ashlar into the perfect stone. Albert Pike, in Morals and Dogma, 1871, makes the same point. Masonry is a spiritual alchemy that refines the rough matter of human character into the noble form of a master mason. Pike, Morals and Dogma, page 774. For both alchemy and masonry, the tools are symbolic. The fire of the alchemist's furnace is the same as the trials and hardships of life. The compass, square, and level are the same as the alchemist's alembic and crucible. Both are allegories of inner transformation. Perhaps the most powerful connection Hall makes is between the philosopher's stone and the third degree of Freemasonry. In alchemy, the philosopher's stone represents the perfected soul, immortal and incorruptible. In masonry, the same ideal is hidden in the story of Hiram Abiff, the master builder. The initiate dies to the profane world, is buried in darkness, and is then raised again into light, reborn as a true master. Manly P. Hall wrote, "The philosopher's stone is the purified and perfected soul, raised through discipline and suffering into the true likeness of God." Hall, Orders of the Great Work, page 84. Thus, the raising of a mason is the alchemist's final transmutation. It is the transformation of mortal lead into spiritual gold. The Masonic scholar Allen Hitchcock, in Remarks on Alchemy and the Alchemists, 1857, argued that alchemy was always a moral allegory, not a physical science, and that masonry preserved this allegory through its degrees. A. E. Waite, in The Secret Tradition in Freemasonry, 1911, went further, saying that Freemasonry is alchemy under another name, its rituals preserving the great work in symbolic form. Even modern researchers like Tobias Churton, The Golden Builders, 2000, have traced how Rosicrucian alchemists directly shaped early Masonic thought. Manly P. Hall saw masonry as the custodian of these ancient mysteries. To him, every degree was a step in the alchemist's work: calcination, dissolution, purification, coagulation. The lodge was the laboratory. The candidate himself was the matter to be refined. So, what is the end of the Masonic alchemy? It is the making of the philosophical gold, the mason who has conquered his passions, balanced his mind, and awakened the divine spark within. Hall concludes that the true treasure of the great work is not wealth or even knowledge, but wisdom lived, the ability to live as a conscious builder in harmony with the divine plan. Hall, Orders of the Great Work, page 102. This is why masonry is called a system of morality, veiled in allegory and illustrated by symbols. It is the alchemy of the soul. Manly P. Hall wanted masons and seekers alike to understand. The search for the philosopher's stone and the raising of the master mason are the same story told in different languages. Both are journeys of death, transformation, and rebirth. In the end, Freemasonry's true gold is the inner light, the perfected man, the living stone, the completed temple of the spirit. If you find Masonic history enlightening, please like, share, and subscribe, and continue your journey in the light of the great architect of the universe. Thank you.